For film buffs, a festival in Winnipeg connects you with directors and filmmakers to create a community around film. The Winnipeg Real to Real Film Festival runs until March 15th, with films of all backgrounds to tell stories, bridge cultures and experiences, and, of course, enjoy movies.
Thanks so much, Ryan. Thanks for having me on your show. And my name is Paul Boga, and I serve as the coordinator for the Winnipeg Real to Real Film Festival. Born and raised here in freezing cold Winnipeg, Manitoba. And festival takes place in February, the coldest month of the year, and was always designed for cool, clean, and compelling films to be shared with the community.
What is the Real to Real Film Festival?
Yeah, the festival started in 2011 with a vision to be able to bring people of all different backgrounds together and to watch cool, clean, compelling films at an affordable price, all under one roof. So the festival takes place, the last 2 years it's been online, but previously it's always been in person. And so it's been held North Kelowna and MB Church, the corner of Gateway and Springfield, the northeast section of Winnipeg. And so people come, they have meals there, they watch movies together, and they have discussion times afterwards and with the filmmakers. And so it's been a great way to bring people together from around the world. People have flown in from all different places and share their films, and audiences get a chance to watch awesome films.
Why was this festival created? How did it all start?
Yeah, I was at the Sundance Film Festival, and I went there not because a film that I had directed was in the festival, but it was being given an award at the same time as the festival. And so that was down in Park City, Utah, which is just beautiful. And I remember going for a walk afterwards, and God just put it on my heart and said, "What if we did a film festival in Winnipeg?" And I said, "I don't know the first thing about film festivals." And he said, "Just start it, and we'll go from there." And so in our first year in 2011, we were told by other filmmakers that if you get 50 people a night to your film festival, it's considered a success for a first year. And so we thought, okay, we're going to do, let's say, four nights or so. So we thought, maybe 200 or so for a gate. Well, in our first year, our gate attendance was over 1,200, and so we were completely blown away. We were people just came from all over, packed in, trying to watch the films, and so it just took off from there. And online the last couple of years, but our last in-person festival 2 years ago had a gate of just over 5,000. And
Wow.
so it's fantastic. It's great. And we have a volunteer base of just over 100 people that make the festival possible. And it's all designed to make sure that it can come in at a very, very affordable price and see films that anybody can see. So they're films from different cultures or films from different perspectives on life, but films that are there to encourage us and to inspire us. Some faith-based films, and then also films from different topics from around the world. So we cover everything from human trafficking to equity to what's happening in different cultures and how we can respond to difficult challenges.
So you were a director yourself?
I was, yeah. I directed a feature film and wrote a script for it. And that's so the love for film I've had for many, many years. I always say my love for film started when my dad took my brother and I to see Empire Strikes Back when I was a little boy.
Classic.
Yeah.
Man, seeing that like in person, that would have been so cool. I've only been living with like the digital re-releases.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When I was watching that film, I thought that Darth Vader was sitting right behind me, that booming voice.
Yeah, it just hits different. Theaters hit different.
There is something about the in-person experience that I think we're going to rediscover after the COVID era. And we're going to get back and we're going to realize that as much as we like to believe that we are individualistic, as much as we like to believe that we can sit at home by ourselves, we were meant to live in community and live together. And there is something special about being together. One of the things I love about the festival is the ability to have talkbacks at the end of it. So after every film, either the filmmaker is there or a talkback leader is there. And it gives people in the audience a chance to ask questions, or at least a chance to listen to the questions that other people are asking. And there's something, I think, unique about being able to connect with people, to have feedback and thoughts about what a film said to people.
So when I was looking online, it said the festival takes place March 15th
Up
this
to
year?
15th, yeah.
Up to the 15th.
Yeah, exactly. So We started in February 24th, and we're going to March 15th. So it's all online this year. Typically, it's in person, and it's about 6 days long in person. But just due to COVID and different issues, we wanted to go online. But hopefully next year, Lord willing, we'll be back in person.
So what does an online screening like this look like?
WinnipegFilmFestival.com is our site. And so what people do is they pay $10 for a festival pass that gives you access to 45 films. And so very, very cost effective. And there's stuff for everybody. So there's feature films, there's feature documentaries, there's short films, there's short documentaries, there's stuff for kids, there's stuff for everybody else. And so what it does is it gives you a chance to watch films, you get a chance to vote on the films, and voting is how all the awards are decided. So you have many, many hours of entertainment that you can watch over the course of the next few days.
So if someone didn't start out when it first launched, they still have an opportunity to see all the films, correct?
100%. Everything is available for everybody.
Is there any young filmmaker, something that stands out to you? What is something exciting someone can see from this list of films?
There's a lot of fantastic films, and I'm continually amazed at how every year how the crop continues to get great and fantastic films from everywhere around the world. Break Every Chain is a fantastic film. It's a true story of a police officer and how he was dealing with a lot of the different challenges of being a cop and how he had to struggle through that and how his wife helped him through those. So that film is done really well. Sabina is a fantastic story. It's a true story of a woman who was living in Romania. And I think it's a very telling story, especially for our time right now, considering of what Russia is doing to Ukraine. How do you respond to that? How do you continue to love people? And that's not easy to do. My grandfather is from Ukraine. And so these many people have, even if you don't have a direct connection to Ukraine, people have a real heart, compassionate heart for what's happening to people in Ukraine. Also, The Last Champion is a great wrestling story of what happens when you've made a mistake in life and how can you be redeemed from some of the mistakes that have happened. And so this is a story of a former wrestling champion who's got to come back to his town and make amends and make good on what he was like. So there's a lot of great stuff. There's also some fun stuff for kids. Saving Amelia. I love that story. It's a great story of two kids who accidentally get through a time machine and have a connection with Amelia Earhart, and they have to figure out a way how to save her. So that was a very inventive film. And another filmmaker, so a Winnipegger, Nike's Big Bet is a really great film about how Alberto Salazar was the big coach for a huge running program, and all of a sudden things just went totally off the rails. You wonder what actually happened there. Was he pushing athletes too hard? And if he was, isn't that the goal of what's supposed to happen with athletes? Aren't you supposed to try that? So that was really well done. And then You Are Beautiful is also a great film. It talks about human trafficking and how to stop that, what we can do about that. So there's both the fun side, serious side, and documentary look. So I'm very proud of our filmmakers, and we've recorded some of the films or some of the interviews as well, and it gives people a chance to hear from the filmmakers.
Yeah, so it's a wide variety talking about a lot of topics, some that hit close to home. So why is it important to, not only hold a festival like this, but just, getting people together to watch some of these like budding filmmakers, directors, and having those conversations?
When we look at what's happening in our culture, we've become more and more individualistic, which means that we tend to live more individually. We tend to focus more on doing things. And one of the big challenges with that is that we can create what are called echo chambers. Echo chambers is when you try to reinforce yourself with people who only think the same way as you. That can be a big challenge. And we can see that on the world stage right now. We can also see that on a personal stage. So one of the things that helps us with film is that it connects us with people. It encourages us, and we are built to be encouraging and to be encouraged. And so it doesn't mean you necessarily have to agree with somebody, but it does give you a chance to think about someone else's point of view and inspire you for how can I love my neighbor better? How can I love somebody who comes from a different background better? How can I be of service to somebody else better? If I understand that person better, I'm probably able to do something better for that person.
This sounds really cool, and I'm really excited to check out some of these films. Where can people find out more and get passes?
Sure. So log on to winnipegfilmfestival.com, and very simple to sign up. And next year in February, Lord willing, we'll be in person. So we'll hope to see you there.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Exactly.
Enjoying the content from You Multicultural? Why don't you subscribe to stay up to date with everything that we're doing? If you have any stories you want us to talk about or communities we should highlight, leave a comment down below or reach out to us over social media. I'm Ryan Funk. This was You Talk, and have yourself a good one.